that the Lord will be glorified through our lives, whether we believe in him or not. In John chapter 9, Jesus is walking with his disciples, and his disciples notice a blind man. So they ask him whose sin it was that had caused the man to be born blind. And Jesus responded in verse 3, "Neither had this man sinned, nor his parents, that the works of God should be made manifest in him."
Yes.
After he answers, Jesus heals the blind man, who then goes through the city, telling his neighbors that he had been healed by a man named Jesus. Later on, Jesus reveals himself to the healed man as the Christ, and the man believes and worships Jesus. My point is that we are created, everything about us, to the purpose of being to his glory, even if we don't believe in him. Through what happened with Jack, the Lord was glorified, and our opportunity is the free will to choose to be a part of that glory. The gift of life now and eternally is our reward for believing in him.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Professor.
Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you. I'm getting old. I wrote a little bit of this out, and you'll see what I wrote here. Just kind of started writing some things out so I could remember last year. So, dearly beloved, life is a gift. I started writing a little story about what happened last year and the events leading up to it. I don't want to forget losing Jack and the comfort that was brought to us and has remained since. It has changed our lives. Here's a little excerpt from the story. Where are the kids? Okay, they know there's trouble and they are in Melbourne praying. Best prayers I know. That is solid. I need to get back upstairs with Lori, Jack, and everyone. On the way to the stairs, I feel weak, and my throat tightens like I can't breathe. I let out a little cry, and tears blind my eyes. No, not now. Get up there and be responsible, I tell myself. Just be there. Shake it off. I am now upstairs, and there Jack lays with good folks who know what they are doing. He is not responding. Fear, my old companion, is right here with me. I take a step back, lift my hands to my face, elbows lifted up, and run them around to the back of my head. Lord, I trust you, I say out loud in commotion. Calm and comfort flood over me.
Amen.
It hits me right there. The trials as of late and the past years making sense. I feel like the Karate Kid on the back of Mr. Miyagi's freshly sanded decks, with him throwing punches at me, wax on, wax off, as I block fear's blows and move forward. Fear slips out the door, and I'm ready to help, regardless of what may come next. Lori says, David, go in the ambulance with Jack. I am on it. As I head out the door calling to the driver, I see Fear standing among the folks in my driveway, watching in wonder. I'm going along for the ride, literally and metaphorically. I trust the Lord. I start telling everyone, starting with the ambulance driver. And I've been thinking about what I would say briefly to encourage you for the gift of your presence today, because it means so much. A summation of the gift of new life that the Lord has brought to our family because of Jack's death. Jesus says in John 5 verse 40, that you will not come to me that you might have life. This is after pointing out to them that they have the scriptures which testify of him in their hands. Some years ago, my close friend Jeff Zyke and I were waiting at the drive-thru window in the morning at Starbucks before heading out to work. The barista was telling us how tired she was. Yes, we were regular enough customers that she felt like she knew us. When she turned around to get our drinks, Jeff says, "That is so sad. Tired yet surrounded by the cure." I've never forgotten that. I thought he was brilliant. Life is a gift. Our family was already in pursuit of Christ and realized our need for him. This year we learned it was not just for the areas of our lives that we were obviously struggling with or failing. By submitting where we thought we were doing fine, he could do much better. He is the life bringer to everything.
Yes.
We became convicted that when we did not grow past our natural tendencies, we made things harder and were more burdensome to those around us. It actually appeared irresponsible not to submit. The tragedy of any tragedy is not to pursue the Lord more deeply after such an event. The greatest tragedy is not to believe and pursue the Creator at all, who designed you to be at your best for yourself and others when you believe and are submitted to Him, because, dearly beloved, life is a gift. We would ask that you don't remember this as a family of faith going through a difficult time that is way too neat and pretty. We're a family of sinful people in pursuit of Christ, daily fighting spiritual battles and believing that what may come is His plan for our lives. We are dependent on His life-giving ways in the future and today. Right now, we believe that Jesus saves. And I put, to be blessed, listen to Jeremy Camp's Jesus Saves. It's a really good song. All right, thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
And we want to pass out some money.
Sure thing. Okay, so does anybody have any suggestions on a good way to go about this?
Make a line at the van.
Okay, are most of them in the van?
Okay. And then there's a couple people with lunches.